It's it's actually been a little bit since I've seen you and since we've hung out. I think the last time that I saw you was to do the photo shoot to put out the last podcast. So as far as like, that was a week and a half ago now.
And we haven't talked that much even.
No. I feel like both of us have been busy with separate things. I mean, I wouldn't say I was super productively busy, but I definitely was enjoying my kind of like mental breakaway, I guess.
It was a little full on trying to get everything done for the first episode.
Yeah, no, trying to cram everything in, and then especially like insider knowledge a little bit. Without having internet for posting the first episode, that literally took 3 to 4-ish hours uploading from my MacBook, bumming Wi-Fi from my upstairs neighbors to try and get it uploaded while I was at a Mariners game the whole time too. So I literally had to turn my MacBook off, or turn my MacBook setting to where it didn't auto turn itself off, but we got the first episode up.
Yeah, and then having to figure out how to get it on Apple Podcasts and figuring out it was not an easy upload. So that was a headache.
And mind you, Maddie and I live about an hour away from each other. So trying to kind of, set stuff up and like, email, you lose so much quality with everything. So
I mean, if you lived closer, it would have just been a come over to my place, we'll upload it super quick. That was just not realistic.
No, but thankfully we got internet back. The first episode is up,
and it went out on time.
No serious hiccups. Not a matter of looking back on it and being like, oh, this looks bad or whatnot. And now here we are, episode 2, actually committing to it, and this will be up within the bi-weekly window that we suggested. So I'm really
we still got a week to edit it and do short form, which is much longer than we had last time. This is on your SD card. You will have it today.
I know, 100%. I will have it today, and I think the conversations that we're going to have today are going to be, a lot more short form worthy and a lot more topic heavy, which I'm really excited to talk about.
And I think just more up our vibe too. 100%. I think like last time it was general. A lot of the stuff we knew about each other. There was some stuff that we were talking about for the first time, but this time I actually really don't know your answers on almost everything.
Same for that. There's a whole category that we kind of structured out that in my mind I'm like, this is Maddie's category. Like I'm interested to hear what she says, and honestly even maybe contest certain aspects of it, because I do think we think differently.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the fun of it.
Complete side note, we are in a isolated private lake here. I can't necessarily 110% disclose the location because
that's okay.
This is very beautiful, very quiet. It's a lake kind of nearby where I grew up, and it makes for a perfect setting. There's actually nobody around, so that anxiety of, oh my God, someone's going to come around the corner and see us talking to microphones, that is non-existent. So you might see a lot more of our personalities come through. I think we did a pretty good job the last time.
I think we did a great job. For it being first episode, busy hike, we did good.
Oh, yeah. Mainly because I couldn't visually see anybody too, but this one should flow even more better. So
more better.
More better.
Great grammar.
Yep. Still a little anxious actually. We'll take that. Also decided I think the microphone's going to stay on the table this time, because I did find myself fidgeting with it a lot, and I could hear it in the playback audio, and really irritated me about myself.
And someone is a little louder than me.
Yes,
quite a bit louder. So I need the help from holding the microphone, and he needs to set it down.
I might fidget with it. I can't not. What do I do with my hands? But we got a pretty interesting topic today. We got multiple pretty interesting topics, in my opinion. Things that are really important, not only to the idea of 2 Tickets Out, but also for our lives and the things that we're interested in pursuing.
Yeah.
And we're talking goals. We're talking
goals.
Manifestation. We're talking the idea of believing in yourself, the whole shebang in the window of basically shooting for the moon and trying to go and achieve big things. we're going to find out, do they take a little bit of all of these? Do they take a little bit of manifestation? Do they take a little bit of goal setting? Or which one kind of is more important or priority, and how we deal with both of them too?
Yeah, what things we align on, what things we really differ on. And I think it's just the foundation for all of our dream lives. I mean, goals, manifestation, we have different opinions on all of these, but I do think everyone can agree that like you have to have a goal to know where you're going.
100%. And I think these are the big, like really the big two that people talk about when trying to achieve big dreams.
Absolutely.
So let's start it off with goals, honestly, because I think goals are the bigger of the two, the more common one that you hear people about, especially the uber disciplined people. Oh, that sounded weird to say Uber.
I liked it. That was something I'd say.
For us personally then, we'll start with you. How do you set goals? Because I think you are a lot more structured.
Oh, very.
So I want to hear how you set goals, and you know, I might need to take a couple notes because I think you got it more unlocked than me. So
I don't know that I have it unlocked. I think I'm a more is better when it comes to goal setting. I got my 10-year goals, my 5-year goals, but then I also have my weekly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I have an obsessive amount of goals, which maybe is a problem. Like maybe I need to dial it in a little bit more.
But do you find having them so branched out and structured like that, do you find them a little easier to obtain, or do you
I think they all lead to the next thing. You know, my daily goals lead to my monthly goals, lead to, you know, so on and so on. And I like having them like that. I have a book. It's a gratitude journal.
Okay.
And within it, it has what were the goals for my day. I set them at the beginning of the day. I pick it up. It lives on my nightstand. I pick it up and it has what are your goals for the day, and I fill it out. And then at the end of the day, I put in my gratitudes, and then I also put in like what goals didn't I hit and why didn't I hit them and how am I going to hit them tomorrow.
Incredibly structured. Like I said, like her day is planned X, Y, and Z over here.
Yeah, the most successful people I think plan out their day, and so I'm big on that. Like obviously, I love room to be free and explore because I'm kind of that personality. But on the average day, everything is planned out from the time that I wake up to the time that I go to sleep. So obviously, my goals are going to be incorporated, and I'm big on writing them down. Yeah,
we're going to differ this whole episode, I think. I totally appreciate and respect how you lay out goals. And that's, I mean, to me, very time consuming. I would say my goals is more of a structure of, I think I have the big ones and the further out ones. You did really help with getting me that goal journal and notebook to structure it as far as 3-month goals and really kind of only tunnel vision look out 3 to 6 months. I think was a good point for me to look out compared to, you know, having this end massive goal, which I've always had the end massive goals, but they always seemed harder to achieve. So I do think structuring them out has helped me. I would say I'm more of like a month-by-month structure than a day-by-day or week-by-week.
Do you think you're a hyper goal-oriented person? Like, do you think a goal really pushes you?
Here's... yes.
That wasn't one of our questions at all.
No, but I appreciate it. I think... I don't know. To answer your question... I don't know, because to me, goals and dreams, I get them mixed up. Because to me, my dreams are my goals, are something that I want to attain.
Yeah.
So if I think of, like, if I'm a goal-orientated person, I don't know. Because I would label myself as a dream-orientated person, that I want to pursue dreams. Even though my dreams are my goals, I feel like people that are goal-orientated are more... numerical and statistical with their like, hey, I'm going to hit this number, like I'm going to achieve this by this point, to where that to me is more goal orientated rather than I'm going to shoot for this because this is what I want. So I would say I'm not as goal oriented as you.
Yeah.
I don't take the little victories. I only take the big ones, which I would label as dreams.
And you're less quantitative with your goals. You don't have like a firm, like, if I hit this, then my goal is achieved. Like, because for me, it's very, like, I love to hit a goal, even if it's like, wash my dishes. That's something I can check off my checklist. You know,
I need to add that to my goals. I need to make that the goal of my house.
No, but I mean, like, I just really enjoy achieving things, and I think I like verbalizing them to other people to hold myself accountable. Like, I think my goals are my accountability. Like, they're why I'm as productive as I am every single day.
I think verbalizing my goals sometimes to other people stresses me out, because then I'm not
You don't think it pushes you?
I think we're going to get there, because I've definitely had ones that it should have and they didn't. And I think that stresses me out and makes me, I mean, we're going to get there. We got a whole question on that specific topic that, you know, let's.
We'll hold on.
Actually, I don't even know about holding on. It's going to flow. We might as well just loop it in right now while we're here. We had this whole idea of a topic of, you know, basically touching on, like, what's a goal that we didn't follow through on, or that we felt like that we failed or whatnot. To me, I'll give a prime example, because mine is pretty public. I had an idea, I believe last year, to post 104 YouTube videos in a year.
Yeah, how many did you do?
5. Maybe 6.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but like,
no.
Really,
it was horrible.
Well, but I think the problem was, at least what I saw from my side, was you started to not hit the goal. The goal felt farther and farther away, and then you gave up.
But I think when you dig a little deeper on the reason that goal wasn't hit originally, does come back to somewhat of a perfectionist mentality, to where I should have just been looking at quantity, because I committed something. And I think the idea of committing to a goal and putting it out there to hold myself accountable sounded amazing. But the second it's out there, to me, it gave me the validation that maybe felt like, oh, I want to do this. Like, maybe I've already done it, even though I hadn't, still haven't. But I think for the whole idea of it, it ultimately came out to a point where I was like, oh, wow, I lied. You know, or in the grand scheme of, like, I didn't just fail, like, myself in that sense. Like, I failed by putting it out there, compared to if I didn't project it and didn't send it and just did it. That could have been better. But I also think shooting for 104 in a year was a long-term far out. You know what I mean? Rather than the idea of structuring per, you know, I should have done a per month basis.
Maybe, but I also don't think there's anything, like, okay, business-wise, what I do for just my business, and my whole team does this, we set our yearly goal. We set it big sometimes, like so freaking big. And then we break that down into, okay, if that means we have to do this, how many transactions do we have to do every single month? And if we have to do that, how many conversations do we have to have based on our average conversations to transaction conversion? And there's a lot of numbers in between. Yeah. But like, we take the yearly goal and then we step it back. And I think that you having that big yearly goal wasn't a bad thing. I just don't think you were as committed as in your head you want it to be, because I think, like, you truly have to have the mindset when you set a lofty goal like that, and it was lofty. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was big.
I can't even do one a week. What made me think I could do 2?
I think you could have, though, if you really said, like, this is my life for the next year. Like, I will have no life outside of work, do the video, edit the video, post the video, and you have your fun while you're making the video, because you're doing something enjoyable.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I agree with that. And I can also see where you're coming through, like, with the work aspect of things. And I think that's where there might be a disconnect for, I guess, me mentally, knowing that, like, for you, achieving those goals is also, like, dependent on your livelihood. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I have a little bit more stake in the game of I will not pay my bills.
If you do not hit your goals, like, you're
I'm toast. But I also think we should treat our goals like they're a job, even if, you know, it's not actually what's making your bills go round.
I think at that point, I didn't look at it that way. I think now that I'm...
Oh, I think you've come a long way since then, though.
Now that I'm a year older...
Yeah, that was a year ago.
A year wiser, like we talked about. Now that I'm a quarter of a century.
Yes, you're ancient.
I think I look at things a lot more based on time, and that's where I have identified it's like, you know, I should have went a whole lot more all on it, like all in.
No, I think you didn't make peace with the fact before you committed to the goal that you were going to have to put up imperfect content.
Oh, no.
To make the goal. And I think that is truly, when you're working towards something, you have to be really comfortable with being really bad at it.
Which is also crazy because some of the imperfect content performs better than the content that I try and like be a perfectionist
Absolutely.
on.
Yeah, you like, don't know. And that's why I think it's good to go quantity. Like just start pumping it out. One, it's going to help the algorithm. Two, you're going to see what works, not just what works in your head, but what other people like that you probably wouldn't have uploaded.
And then I'm like, oh, this sticks kind of thing. But okay, obviously we don't agree on goals. No. But I think it's gonna be very good, and I'm gonna learn from this too. With
the podcast, I was strict this last week.
You were. Oh my god. You were very strict, and
but that's how I approach my goals for myself personally too.
Yeah. No, I love her to death.
I was kind of an ass.
I appreciate her so much, but there was a point where I was like,
and I could feel it over the phone.
Calling me,
and I did not care.
I was like, oh god, but it got out. Everything was smooth, and a lot of that I do have to hold that to my accountability buddy over here.
I will be an accountability buddy. He did not know what he signed up for and had an oh shit moment.
But I am grateful though, and I feel like after one and going through those, like it
was growing pains.
Yeah, but I feel like we're there. We're gonna see. Obviously, we'll check back in the third episode and talk about it. But
yeah,
we kind of touched on like a goal that I haven't hit, and kind of why I didn't or why I felt like I didn't. But what about for you, who's super structured with goals and has the breakdown? I assume, and I could be wrong, I assume if you got so many goals throughout a day, there's no way you're hitting every single one of them. Am I wrong?
Oh, no, I'm not at all.
So
no.
What is your, like, have you had a big goal that you have not hit? And I'm not talking one that's necessarily still ongoing. I think the ones that are still ongoing are different because we don't know if we're going to hit those or not. But something that you set for yourself in the past that you didn't hit and are like, wow, that sucks that I didn't. Because you don't put it out there. So I wouldn't know. Everyone knows about mine.
Yeah. I don't really post any of my goals publicly, but I definitely think I communicate them privately. I don't know. I mean, I think I have a lot of personal goals, but I think work-wise, I've hit most of them. And that's just because I've pushed myself, so hard. And honestly, I don't think I had goals in work until the last year.
Really until it was like on you.
Yeah, because I think before that, it's like you go to work, you do your job well, and you make your paycheck. And I was trying to figure out what my goals were. Outside of that, I mean, maybe a goal that I didn't hit, get my degree. but like, I was okay letting that go. That wasn't one that I was heartbroken over. I don't think I've had one in a while that I haven't hit. No, I mean, like, personally, like, yeah, I'd like to have a healthy, happy relationship. Boy, do I suck at that. Like,
and that is an episode.
But those are ones, those are ones that I can't tangibly, like, concretely say, you do X and you get Y. Like for my work, if I say, I need to do 100 conversations, and I will close one transaction, I'll have the 100 conversations. I don't have a problem. I'll stay up till crack of dawn to make that happen.
And I've heard you, like, even with the degree one that you mentioned, like, yes, there was that time period where that was a goal, but even your goal before that was to work for yourself in the industry that you're in currently. So, like, that was one that I very much do about. So to see you actually hit and not have to be like, oh, I mean, you were stressed there for a few. I mean, you probably are still stressed.
Yeah, I'm still stressed. And I don't think I'm at the level of success I want to be at by any means. And I don't think I'm even comfortable yet. Like, I do think I project I'm a lot more comfortable than I am because I'm more comfortable than I was 4 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still not like, oh, great, you know, I'm hitting every mark. Like
I can do whatever I want. My life is free. My ticket out is purchased.
Yeah, no, definitely not purchased. And so I think I do wish that I was, you know, a little bit farther along after a year. You know, I did have goals to be farther along by now. If I think about it realistically, how I thought about it a year ago, and I didn't hit them. But then I think January came and I started hitting them faster than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think...
No, because I remember January was just kind of a domino of like...
Yeah.
You know...
People always say momentum goes and then it's a domino effect. And I've felt that. And so I think business has been good since then, but December was hard.
I can kind of assume with this next question where your headspace is going to be at. Let's talk about it. The idea of long-term goals or big goals that loom in the background versus short-term wins or short-term goals or things that you feel like you're moving to in the short term. Do you think it's better to look at things in the week by week sense or look at it over the case of a year? Because I feel like you do both, but you have to think one's better than the other, right?
I don't think I can have the short term without the long term. I think I need the short term to push me. Like I'll even go to an open house, and the way that I push myself to be better at each open house is by setting a goal. My goal is I will get one person to get an appointment with me. Okay, if I'm struggling with that, then I dial it back even more. My goal is to ask one person how their day was and give one person a compliment. You know, like I'm such a I need the short term.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'd set my short term without my long term. So I don't know that I can pick. What about you, though? Because, I mean, we already know. We've talked about it.
I have found short term better.
No, actually, I'm surprised with that.
No, I think, truthfully, when you gave me that, like, goal notebook, don't get me wrong, there's things that I haven't been great about hitting in there. But then there are other things that because I wasn't tunnel vision so far, I feel like for me, if I put something further out, I give myself more time to think that I don't have to hit it till then. I might be a master procrastinator. That might be a flaw or a superpower. Who knows?
I'm really waiting for the day I see that as your superpower.
But I do think having the more short term kind of is... I don't know. It's not necessarily seeing the light at the tunnel already. It's more so like seeing the next point I need to mind to. You know, like let me chip away to get here, and then I can give myself some level of satisfaction that like, hey, you upheld that. You know, you did that thing. You know, if I look at posting and I say maybe one a week for a month and hit that, then I feel like I can roll that into again. Yeah,
it's the momentum we were just talking about.
Yeah, but rather than having the one a week for a month for the next year, that sounds unattainable. But if I think one a week for a month, I think it might be easier to roll in.
Well, yeah, I think that's okay. And I think, 30 days to make a habit. Yeah. I've always said I can do anything for 30 days. And that's how I've started most of my habits. I mean, let's be real. When we started 75 Hard, did you think that you would be working out for the rest of your life? And now if I asked you, are you going to be working out for the rest of your life? You'd say, hell yeah, you love it.
Yeah, no, 110%. But
the 75 days felt hard even.
I think the 75, once I got into the rhythm, actually felt really good.
Not once you got into it. Once you
at the start. The hardest part for me was the waking up early, and that part went immediately. Only because we had to go to the gym earlier in the day, so it has been the biggest thing. Is I want to wake up early, but good God, I love sleeping till it's
I don't
noon.
blame you. I was doing so good with it, and then I will say lately, less good. And I mean, I'm still not waking up late. I schedule more meetings early in the morning to force myself to get up, but doing the gym before those meetings, that's been going away.
But also, I think with looking at the 75 hard even, we had accountability buddies. You know, there was 4 of us in on that.
Yeah, you spoke your goal out, and you had people
to hold me accountable because they had the same goal. So I think surrounding...
I don't think you need people that have the same goal. You just need people that are going to be like, hey, you're not fucking doing what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. I might be a little different. Okay. I think I just need to, when I surround myself with people that want to move in a certain direction, I want to move in that direction. Yeah. You know?
No, I think that's absolutely true.
I think that part is really beneficial to me in the long run.
I'm going to remind you of that next time you're like, this girl will not stop bugging me about the podcast.
Next time I'll be like, you know what, I'm so appreciative that you call me, you know, it's like been 2 hours, nothing's changed. I'm so appreciative of it, but...
yes, I'm a little excessive about that stuff, but I get shit done,
So we talk about these long-term goals versus the short-term goals, but clearly both of us have longer-term goals. Are you someone that sets them and forgets them kind of thing? Or like, and I don't mean forget them as like they're not important anymore. I more mean like they're set, but you need to get the short-term victories to accumulate to that? Or is it always in the back of your mind of, hey, I have to hit this? Or do you worry more about the steps before you hit, you know, the top of the ladder?
I think daily I worry about the steps, but I do, I have a vision board.
Okay.
That's on my laptop, and all of my to-do lists are in folders that are like on the vision board. It's hard to explain. It's in an app, and it's chaotic, and I think I told you about Milanote, but you do not like the idea of it because it's so chaotic, but I like it. And within one of the boards, I have a vision board. I see it every single time I go in, start of the morning, I go into a to-do list, I make my to-do list, I check what I didn't do yesterday, and I see my vision board. And so I always try and keep it top of mind because I think doing the day-to-day goals is really hard if you don't feel the purpose behind it.
I can agree. I think to a lesser extent, I don't have a vision board, but to a lesser extent, like my phone background, right? It's not necessarily goals, but it has one quote. Maddie can attest to this. It's one quote that is my phone background.
And it's been that way for a very long time.
It literally is, if you don't make sacrifices for what you want becomes the sacrifice. And to me, that is overall the mentality that I want to try and live by. And to me is enough of a reminder of the overarching large goal. I personally, I don't think I ever forget about the big one. I think I forget about the little ones. Only because the big one has just, that burns so deep inside. That might be the number one thing that I desire in this world more than anything is like a goal or a dream. So I think that for me, I could never set it and forget it.
Yeah, no. You've always been goal-oriented in that sense. Dream-oriented.
Dream-oriented.
I corrected myself. I felt it.
Dream. I don't know if anyone's dream-orientated, but we'll create that. That'll be a new thing.
No, I think I call them goals, but they're definitely dreams. I mean, they started as dreams, and now I feel like I can attain them, so I look at them as goals. You know, they were dreams before they felt attainable, and now I feel like I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Because a dream feels like, are you? Like, it's a dream.
And I agree.
I don't want that mentality. I'm going to get there. Point blank.
And that's where I think my mind is a goal is a more structured dream, is a game plan to a dream. I think.
Okay, so my team, we use ChatGPT a lot. And we use it to give us feedback on our dreams and goals and everything. And because it knows so much about me, it knows way too much about me, like way too much. But it, like, I'll put in there, like, tell me my dream life in 5 years. And it'll spit out just a day in the life of, like, what my dream life is. And it'll walk you through, like, you wake up, you go down to your house, and it'll explain your house, what your house smells like, what your, you know, like, everything about your day and what your dream day will be like. And then you can ask it, like, okay, plan me what my schedule should look like today to get me there.
You know.
And I, like, that's how I break down. So great. Yes, it's creepy, I know.
This is the same woman that gives me mass amounts of shit for telling Alexa to turn on my lights.
I do not. I just think it's creepy.
Alexa does not know my dream life in 5 years. At least, you know, when I talk to her, it's because I'm bored. Not because of, no.
I talk to it probably like 5 to 10 times a day.
No,
like,
no. When Skynet happens and Terminator takes over the world, Maddie's first. She's a goner.
No, I'm not first because I say please and thank you. It likes me. I'm polite. I tell it it's the best. I tell it all the compliments in the world just in case robots take over. At least I was nice.
It's all cooked.
No, it likes me.
So obviously vision boards.
Yeah, I like them. I'm not huge on them, though. I will say, like, some people are really big on them. I do one once a year or something and, like, just, like, refresh the one I already have, make sure that, oh, I achieved that, or, oh, I didn't. Like, once I achieve it, it gets removed.
But I feel like you can't talk about vision boards without talking about the idea of manifestation.
Yes.
And I think those two... Man, they'd be holding hands, they'd be dapping each other up, like
Absolutely.
The whole shebang.
The vision board is manifesting.
Yes. So, what do you think? Do you think we hear about it all the time. We see all the Instagram reels, the Facebook, the TikTok, everything where people believe in this idea of manifestation and to an absolute extreme. Do you think it's overhyped?
I mean, I don't think you know how into it I am. So
that's why I want to find
I don't think it's overhyped. I, every single morning, do a meditation.
Okay.
And within my meditation, it's all about, like, visioning yourself in the success. So it's all about, like it's a success manifestation meditation thing about, like, you're envisioning yourself in your dream life and you're envisioning yourself successful, you're envisioning yourself not having to work hard for the money that's coming in, like, you're envisioning all of these things.
Yeah.
And I do that every single morning.
Okay.
And I don't think you know that.
No, I did not know that. I mean, in my mind,
I kind of keep it to myself.
I just picture Maddie and her dog just on the
Okay, no.
Sell a house.
No, so I do it to start my day. Like, literally, I wake up, I don't go on my phone, and I press, or like I do go on my phone, but I'm not checking anything on my phone. I'm literally going straight to the meditation and I'm clicking play. And I'm laying there in bed. And that's how, like, you set your intention for the day. If I set my intention with, like, positive, I'm gonna do these things, and the first day I did it was the first day I got my first house under contract. And that was the sign enough for me. I said, I will do this for the rest of my life, every single day. Every day.
I do believe meditation is extremely powerful too. So I'm not knocking it.
I can't do non-guided meditation though. Okay, tell me to sit still in a room with nothing going on. I can't do it. Tell me to envision stuff. Okay. At least there's something happening, like something to entertain my brain.
Something that's like guiding you through.
Yeah.
So you do not believe it's overhyped at all?
I think that, like, I don't think that everyone does it in the ways that it probably should be done. Yeah, you can flick it. Yeah. I don't think everyone, I don't know that there's a right way to do it either, but, like, I do think you truly have to believe it. I don't think you can just be, like, saying the things or writing the words down. Like, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that I respect, and I listen to a lot of podcasts about them, and almost every single one of them believes that, like, you have to envision yourself there. Like, there was one guy, I don't remember his name, but he basically said that he envisioned himself buying this car. And that was like his measure of, like, he was so successful he could buy his dream car. And he envisioned himself buying this car every single day, to the point where he bought the car and he was like, okay, because he'd lived that day every single day.
I need to start manifesting buying a car. That guy sounds really smart. he's
no,
got the
but
right
it was like the fact that people could get to the point where they manifested it. And I don't know that, like, manifestation is like, oh, there's a power in the world that hears it and makes it happen for you. I think it's truly just, it allows you to believe in yourself in another capacity. If I tell myself every single day I'm gonna be successful, eventually I'm gonna start believing, and the self-doubt is gonna fade away. And I already think it has in my business. Not that it's gone, but I do think it's faded.
No, and I can see that, because it falls into the same category of people that used to preach, fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Absolutely, and I'm huge on fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it. Like, I'm not going to fake it on legal things, but other than that, I'll fake it.
Obviously, I don't know if we have to, pop the question the other way around.
You don't believe in it.
I wouldn't say that I don't not believe in manifestation, but I think, to kind of loop it into another idea, is I don't believe manifestation alone is enough. I do believe that there has to be a substantial amount of, I don't think you can have manifestation without goals.
Yeah, without action.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's possible, and I agree with that.
And that's where I would put, is manifestation overhyped? I would lean more towards yes, only because I think it has become more hyped than goals and goal setting, to where I think those shake hands too. And I think you have to have both. So
I think it's all interconnected.
Yeah, 100%. I've known people with vision boards that have ended up, like, achieving a lot of the things on their vision boards. Maybe we, who knows? Maybe we spend an episode making a vision board sometime in the future.
That would be
maybe we did a video,
where we,
for
like,
the
sit
channel
out here with the mics up, and we're just, like, talking while cutting up our vision boards, and then at the end we can show it. Oh, that'd be so fun.
maybe that's a future piece of content to come to the channel.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I've ever had a vision board. I think.
Have you ever manifested, though? Like, truly, like, sat down and, like, said, like, I am going to get something? Because I think that's the definition of manifesting. Not like saying I want this or X, Y, and Z. It's saying I am going to, or I think
my self-talk is a little more degrading motivation.
Do you think that's helpful? Has it got you where you wanted to go?
No, yes and no.
Okay, I have another question then. Would you be willing to try a different strategy? Are you locked into, like, this is what motivates me?
I think I'm willing to try anything, and I'm very open to trying a lot,
I didn't get into manifestation until it was like my business was not good at all. And I would watch all these videos and podcasts and read these books, and everyone's telling me to do the thing. And I was like, it feels stupid. I don't want to do it. I don't want to lay in my bed and tell myself I am going to be successful while my dog looks at me like I'm a crazy woman. Like, in no world did I want to do that. But then I started doing it, and I felt good because I was so desperate for something to work.
I just think my whole mentality had always been, like, the only way to motivate yourself away from something is to be not content and to be, like, pretty unhappy. Like, I thought the best motivation was being so uncontent, rather than, for me, I think manifestation, I guess when I thought about it, it worried me, because I was like, am I going to be setting my mind into a way to be like, oh, you're so happy. Like, you're so, like, that's what you're going to achieve. Like, and not that that's a negative, but I worried that would give me, again, that that
almost
boost
make you too comfortable.
Yes, and I worried that would lead into comfortability or feeling like something is promised rather than every day being like, you are not doing enough. You are not achieving enough. You need to do that. Again, look,
I think I wildly disagree that that's the way to motivate yourself. But I also think, yes, a certain level of uncomfortability pushes you. But I do think there's a cap.
Yes. Yeah.
I think survival mode is a thing, but I don't think you're your peak self when you're in survival mode. And I think when you do negative self-talk, it's putting you more in survival than thriving.
Yeah. Hey, look,
But I don't know everything, and everyone's different, right? I mean, like, if that's what motivates you, go off.
I mean, clearly it's not worked enough.
I would say try something different.
No, and I'm open to trying. That's why, like, when we threw manifestation into this episode and looked at it as a category, I knew, at least for myself, like, I don't have as much knowledge on it, and I had heard a lot about it, but I know you come from a little more of, like, in touch with that energy and that vibe, and that's where, like, I was really curious to where, know where you leaned on that.
Yeah. I also think for my job, it's become, like, really necessary for me.
Yeah.
To gain the confidence that I've gained through doing something like manifestation, to, like, feel like I will be successful, to feel like I will help people, to feel like I am capable of things that I didn't feel like I was when I started.
To be honest, I don't know if I've met a real estate agent yet that doesn't have that overwhelming manifestation confidence, now that I think about it.
I think, yeah, you have to, if someone is trusting you with the biggest purchase of their whole life, they're going to want to feel like you're confident in what you're doing. And I think my personality naturally tends to be pretty quiet and reserved. And so to feel the confidence, especially the fact that I was confident in my abilities, but I wasn't confident that people would respect me.
But you feel like you've gotten more confident.
If people don't respect me, then they're not listening.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I've gotten I think I've gotten to the point where it's like if someone doesn't respect me in my work, or, like, they don't have to want to work with me. That's not what I'm saying. There's different personality types, and I am not for everyone. However, I do think that I'm really good at what I do. I'm confident in what I do. I'm confident that I'm better than majority of agents out there. Granted, most of them are slackers. So, not hating on my agents, but kind of hating on my agents. But like, I think that, I just think that I needed to feel really confident to instill that in other people, because I'm guiding them through this process.
And do you believe that manifesting yourself in like viewing yourself in that image and sitting and picturing yourself living that life, do you believe that formed that confidence?
I think it helped.
It helped?
I think it was one of the tools. I think other things was, like, sitting down and thinking about, like, what is my value add? Like, looking down and being like, I have so much experience. The only reason that people look at me and might not respect me is the fact that I look young. And someone that's older looking at this young girl is maybe going to have doubts. But I think that if people give me a chance to have a conversation, they understand that I do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm still learning, for sure, and I still have so much to learn. But I don't
think we ever stop learning.
No, and I don't want to stop learning.
I think truly successful people and people that really care about the things that they do are always learning.
Yeah, but I think that I'm confident that if someone comes to me with a problem, I'm going to help them. Yeah.
No, and
I think that manifestation was a huge tool.
Manifestation, obviously, from what we've talked about, even though I may not be as drastically keen on it, or actually, I won't even put that I'm not keen on it. I will put that I do not have as much experience in it, and it is something that I would love to diversify.
I think it would be fun if you gave manifestation a try, and then we checked back into the podcast in like a month and see if your opinion's changed. Because I don't think, like, your opinion doesn't have to change, but I do think if you give it a try, it'd be interesting to hear what you think.
Well, maybe after this 30 days of manifesting.
Yeah.
A 30-day manifestation challenge.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not as keen on manifestation or have as much experience in it, I do believe, the idea of believing in yourself and believing that you can achieve things is important. As much as I mentioned some of the negative, self-talk for motivation. I do also believe that, I think even ever since I was younger, the big dreams and stuff that I had, I've always just kind of had this feeling that I know I'm going to be there. I just can't picture myself there in this moment, but I know that that's how my life's going to play out.
I think that's a level of manifestation, low level. Like, you're not fully picturing it, but you're like, I know.
To me, I think manifestation is something, I feel like it's very similar to goals, that it's a work towards, mentality. To where I think manifestation is the idea of I was going to say manifesting. No shit.
No way. Really?
But I think the idea of manifestation is a more sitting there and truly picturing yourself every day in this position to help move you there. I feel like that's, again, the steps rather than the belief in yourself, is that I know I will, but I don't need to envision it every day. Okay. To where I feel like manifesting could help with that. But
even just saying that you're going to be there, though,
yeah,
that is a level, I think, of
now, am I going to look in the mirror and be like, you're going to make it, Colton? you see, look at me, you're going to make it. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll try it.
I don't think I've ever done any of the mirror self-talk. I really can't look at myself and do that.
Don't get me wrong. I would probably have sticky notes on my mirror if I didn't have a shared bathroom.
Oh, I love a, note reminder.
I would. You are enough.
Really? On your sticky note?
Maybe not that.
I mean, I'm not hating. You are enough.
I know. Thank you. Thank you for identifying. I know. I got belief in myself.
Okay, so how do you think, with the belief in yourself, how do you think that translates into your life? In what ways do you practice that?
And that's why I would argue that wow, I actually figured out a better way to word it because of that. The manifestation is the daily practice of believing in yourself. Okay. In my mind.
No, I agree.
To where I think just the belief in yourself aspect, in my mind, I always thought that was enough.
It's just a mentality that you have.
Yeah.
I believe in myself.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, not in the short term, though. I really don't. And then there is things that defeat. That 104 thing we talked about, I stopped believing in myself pretty early on. But
yeah, you did. And you were I think the hard thing with that one specifically, going back to goals, was you didn't even try and get close. Once you're like, nah, it's not going to happen. I'm done.
I'm like, it's cooked. We're just cooked. I think the idea of, is belief in yourself enough? Is that just enough to, move forward? I think before this was of the opinion of yes, that it could just be enough, that's all you really need, that you don't need the constant practice of it. But I think the extreme of believing in yourself is manifesting it every day. So I can see to where clearly believing in yourself has not fully been enough to just achieve the things that you want to do. And I think they need the constant reminder of belief in yourself from manifestation and the structure that goals could bring. I have not tried the triple combo,
It is really a triple combo.
I've had the burgers without the fries, but the drink was here. But I've never had the drink paired with the burger and the fries to give you the whole combo
The drink with
meal.
the burger and the fries is pretty good.
I mean, that's a whole shebang.
That's a whole shebang.
I'm full and I'm ready to go to bed.
No, exactly. See, this is where my personality, more is more. That's when you can see I've done it all. I like it all.
Yeah.
Now I might waste a lot of time, and that's where I've gone back and forth with it.
I am miraculously good at wasting time, but I wish it was wasting time at being more prepared,
Yeah, and I think that's where I've almost just accepted that maybe this is waste of time, but if I wasn't wasting time doing this stuff, I probably wouldn't be doing anything any better, you know? Like, give me an extra hour in my day. I'm sitting on the couch watching a TV show. I don't know the last time I just sat down and watched a show without working and watching the show. Like,
and that's why, you know, whatever comes out of this, you know, whatever comes out of, you know, us putting this, like, this out there or whatnot, I still think it's the, you know, the learning from these conversations.
Absolutely.
And I still think we'll always, like, sometimes we need an excuse to be really deep and really structured with our conversations. Yeah. Even though we get off on tangents, this is probably the most structured we'll ever be for conversations. And I feel like even coming out of the last episode was a little different because it was a more intro, obviously.
Yeah, it was a little lighter.
Yeah, compared to, I think, coming out of topics like these, like, this is motivation, you know, this is like, okay. Yeah. Also, the fact that we are gonna hit that bi-weekly mark, that's a, oh my God, am I consistent? Like, you know, like that's what's, you know, really helpful in a way. And that's what I think is what I'm really gonna take from this. But this is a topic and this is a question that I really want to know your opinion on. This is in the realm of belief in yourself and in the realm of all these things. For most people, what do you think holds people back more? Comfort or fear? And I want you to answer before I answer, because I know what holds me back more and what I would say holds people back more.
I think if you would have asked me, you know, pre-internet, pre-social media, I maybe would have said comfort, but I think my answer now is fear. I think people are so afraid of failing, of risk, of other people's perceptions of them, failing publicly. And I think to really be the best version of yourself with the most amount of potential, you have to kind of just not give a crap. And that's hard and easier said than done, and I am not there. You know, I think I'm much closer than I was a year ago, but I'm not there. But I think the more that I lean into feel the fear, do it anyways,
yeah,
it gets less scary and my life gets so much better. What about you, though?
I have the same answer as you, and which is crazy because I think the majority of people that you ask, they would say comfort. But I think most people choose to stay comfortable because of fear. So
absolutely.
I think that at the end of the day, it would all trace back to fear. Mine is fear, and I have acknowledged that, but not fear in how you described it. But I think that is for a lot of people, the fear of failing publicly. I think it's about to be a tangent. You ready?
No, I'm ready. I'm
locked in. I've always talked about the big dreams and the big goals. Fear, it's more been a matter of failing myself and the fear of failing my life in a way. And because I've always had that dream or envisioned myself or belief in myself that I would obtain one thing. So the idea of never obtaining it is terrifying. That is like the most fearful thing in my entire life. And because it's ultimately letting myself down to an absolute extreme. It's not a matter of what other people think or, you know, failing and somebody seeing it. Because I think I am good to an extent of turning off what other people think in a majority of, like we talked about having a camera, you know, when people are watching, it makes me anxious. Like I would branch anxiety different off of what other people think.
I do think anxiety is a level of fear, but I don't think it's the same, like, overarching life
I'm just
fear.
more like, bro, mind your own business, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
But not necessarily a matter of I'm going to put out something that, like, people hate and that's going to kill me, like, inside. No. It's more so, am I putting out something that's good enough for me, or am I failing myself because I have this envisionment? Like, I cannot meet my own standards. But the issue is at the end of the day, if people don't do something out of fear, and that's what holds people back, is sometimes your fear of failing makes you fail.
Yeah, because you don't do anything.
Because you feel like you can't move forward, but by not moving forward, you are validating that fear rather than pushing past it. You are telling fear that, like, yeah, you're right. Like, this is correct. You know that you have the fear, but it's really hard to identify, by not doing. Because you think by not doing, I'm not failing. Because I'm not, putting something out there that fails. I'm not doing this that fails. I haven't failed because there's still a chance for me down the road. There's still, a lot of years left. There's still time left. There's next week, there's next month, there's next year. But by every day you choose not to pursue something and not to do it, you are inadvertently failing.
Oh, I agree.
By letting fear have control. And I think for me, I have... the fear of failure in my life has been what has driven me to fail a lot of things that I've wanted to pursue.
I think that that is the root of your perfectionism.
Yes. Yeah. No. And I 100%, I can identify it and I can be aware of it, but it's still it is a constant battle to overcome fear, when I would argue that I think overcoming comfortability is easier. I
think so too. But I also think that comes down to, like, neither, like, we've both had uncomfortable moments in our lives. Like, we're okay being uncomfortable. Like, I think, like,
but have you,
I'm okay.
I would label it as, I don't know if I've ever, obviously when I'm a kid and, there's situations like I'm very grateful for, like as far as like how I've lived. I don't think I've ever lived in like uncomfortable life. And I think a lot of people have had
I agree.
Yeah. Like roof over your head, food, like, you know what I mean? That kind of situation that I feel there are people less fortunate that have not had that. And
I think when I was 16 and moved out.
Yeah.
That was probably
uncomfortable.
That was probably like the most uncomfortable of, like, I don't know where I'm going to sleep.
But we've at least been fortunate enough to have.
I never had to sleep
friends.
In my car, though. It wasn't like a.
To where I'm not trying to. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I can identify that there are.
But I just still think it was uncomfortable. Like, I think like there was moments in our lives that were uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I don't think we've. At least me, I may have lived in comfortable situations, but I don't think I've ever been comfortable in my mind, because I can't be comfortable because I'm not where I want to be. So that's where I can identify, I'm not going to go around and be like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable. I don't have this. I don't have that. There are things that are inconveniences. I think we are both relatively fortunate just to be able to, have a place to sleep, have a roof over our head,
yes,
like 110%. But I think the level of comfortability for me stems from like my mental and how I view things, to where if I feel uncontent, that to me means mentally I'm not comfortable, to where I don't know a whole lot of people that are super dream and goal orientated that are just like, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm not classifying it as comfortable, because I'm comfortable. I like my life. I think I'm pretty comfortable. Now, are my goals achieved? No. Am I constantly wheels turning about how to achieve them? Yes, but I think as long as I'm on the path to achieve them, I'm comfortable. Now, if I feel stagnant, that is where I get uncomfortable, and that's where I've switched jobs. I've had literally borderline mental breakdowns of like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. And that's where it's a matter of what.
If I don't have a direction, I'm lost.
I guess I connect comfortability towards the satisfaction.
I'm not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied either, which would make me not comfortable.
Yeah, just different definitions for sure.
Yeah, I think looking at a different, but at the end of the day, I think we both agree fear is probably what holds people back
Absolutely.
the most.
There is this, which is kind of like wraps up what you were saying about like, there's this quote about like how if you work towards something and you fail, that way doesn't work out to achieve your goal, then you, or at least have crossed out one thing off of like, oh, that doesn't work, and you're one step closer to achieving the goal. Versus if you don't do anything at all because you're too scared to fail, well, where are you going to be in a year? Exactly where you are.
Yeah.
You're not going to be any closer. But if you tried over that year instead, at least, well, okay, that thing didn't work. Let me try something else. Like you cross one thing off the list. I don't know.
No,
There's actually a quote that says it a lot better, but that's the gist of the quote.
Hey, there are a lot of quotes that say a lot of things a lot better. Whoever be cooking up some of these quotes, I'm like, wow.
Seriously.
Y'all are really hitting.
I can never remember them though.
No,
like I have to write them down. They're on my vision board.
My goal in life is to one day have like a quote. Like I want somebody to like Google like a phrase and it just be like Colt Michael underneath, like that might be the toughest thing.
I don't think I need a quote. I just need to
a quote lives past you.
I just need I think a good one that I lived my life by that can be on my headstone, and everyone's like, yeah, she really lived that out,
Ballad.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be I created it, but I want to have one really good one that people all relate to how I lived my life.
No, that's fair. I want a QR code on my gravestone. All the videos of everything I did, I want a QR code that's a link to my YouTube.
No, that would kind of hit.
This is my life.
Okay. What's next?
Not so rapid fire.
It's never going to be rapid.
Never going to be rapid.
Keep going.
This is our segment. We're calling it not so rapid fire.
Not so rapid.
That
will happen every episode, most likely.
Every episode we will have something along those lines. And here's where we're going to start. Now, I don't know whether I should be asking you this question or if I should be asking ChatGPT. If everything worked out, if everything worked out exactly how you wanted, what would your life look like?
What time frame? You want my 5-year goal, my 10-year goal? All my goals are achieved.
If everything, all your goals are achieved, I feel like that should. No, let's go.
And that would put me at right around 45 if you want that time frame. So it's a ways out.
Let's go 5 years. What does your life look like in 5 years if everything works out and your goals are achieved?
Okay. I'm working in real estate still.
Yep.
But I have a lot of passive income going on. So I have, let's say, 10 doors, which could mean 10 properties or a couple duplexes, just 10 rentals.
Yeah.
And I'm making some money off of those. I mean, not a lot of money, but a few of them I've refinanced and I have some cash flow coming in.
So like real estate investment idea.
Yeah.
Like investing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all happening. And I'm in a relationship. No kids yet.
No kids? Not in 5 years? Married?
I think married, yeah. I mean, I'd have to meet someone pretty soon, though, because let's be real, I'm going to be engaged for a while.
I'm popping a question after a year. If someone entertains my mind for a year, dog, we locked.
No, actually, that's probably a good idea. You can't back out. You've already popped the question. That's ideal. Yeah, no, we don't need your fear of commitment sneaking up. You need to just commit.
Whoa, that's a future episode. You can't be leaking too much right now. There's details there. I'm not that guy.
No, but I think relationship, I don't think any kids. I think business is good, and I think that I'm working obviously less. I need to be working less in 5 years.
Yeah.
I would say working maybe 30 hours a week.
Okay.
Cut it in half.
Okay. That's a solid 5 year. That's a solid in 5 years.
Okay. You know? Where are you at? 5 years.
Oh God.
Paint me a picture.
Okay. So in 5 years, I'll be still living with Benny. Ideally, in 5 years, if I had my dream life, you, me, and Benny all on one property, separate houses. That sounds good so far, right?
Yeah, that sounds good so far. I'm okay with you guys being on the property.
Okay, let me adjust that. No, okay. No, ideally is I have the flexibility to, I would love to invest in property too at some point.
I still really wouldn't mind, even in 5 years, if we had like a really big duplex situation where it's like you live on one half of the house, I live on the other half of the, well, you and Benny live on one half of the house and I live on the other half.
Even if we just had like property that was like a getaway property too, or like a do whatever we want.
I own a house, put y'all in a trailer.
I really want to have like, FU land, like just to be able to do what I want kind of thing.
I think I'd be okay living in the city still in 5 years.
But think about if you had like an investment that was dirt bike tracks.
Yes, no, I think it'd be cool.
But no, realistically, in 5 years.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool if we both own property.
I don't want to throw in relationship stuff into my in 5 year plan because those are not goals for me per se.
It's not like a goal where it's like, I guess I'm chasing after it, but I would really hope that in 5 years I'm in a healthy, happy relationship.
If I'm 30 and single, I'm not surprised.
I think I would be surprised actually. If you were.
I think it depends on where I'm at with some of my other goals. Yeah. And again, that's a topic for, but in 5 years, ideally, I would love to be able to have the flexibility to, kind of live my life more on my terms, to be more creating in a more structured, like I have to, like my livelihood would depend on it.
So you're not working another job?
No. Ideally, I'm not working another job in 5 years.
I think that's a huge one for a 5 year goal.
I hope it's less than 5 years.
What is your time frame?
You don't
want to take that
I don't want to put that out there yet.
Okay. You can keep that to yourself.
Within 5 years, I want to be fully working for myself. I also, YouTube content creation, Spotify podcast, Apple podcast. I always want this.
Yeah, I hope we're still doing this.
To be a thing, yeah. Absolutely. But the real end goal is I would love to have a production company to a full extent because I've always had so many crazy creative ideas that I would want to be able to create those. And I want to do it within the next 5 years while I'm still young. And feel like I've already started making progress on that to where I can really enjoy and still be really heavily involved with some of the creative process, and be able to like have a property that's like, this is for set, and can mess things around, change
put a giant
things,
warehouse,
put a warehouse to, convert to a sound stage like that. That sounds amazing. I want you to be able to wake up in the morning and be so busy going from place to place to place, either having a meeting, either going on a set, either like that is, I want to be busy creatively and then be like, wow, I had such a productive day yesterday. Yeah. Maybe I can take a chill day here. I would also, ideally be able to travel and hop around from country to country and have that flexibility. So my real big 5 year plan is, have some sort of more production scripted content going while also pursuing, more real, whether it's vlog style, whether it's creative video, whether it's this.
You still want to be doing that?
Yeah. I want to, there's one end goal, but this will never be a matter of just building it to that. This is more building the reputation to get to that while still having the part that shows more, my personality and more the places that I want to travel to. There's multiple different niches I want to be in kind of thing. And I don't see myself ever fully leaving away from the idea of vlogging, not that would be 110% only it or ever only it, but I think right now you look back and what do we have of like when our parents were younger, we have photos, you know, maybe we have VHS videos of when they were kids, but we now live in a time that literally the things we create and the things we put on the internet will outlive us. They will live on forever. So to be able to have that and always have that legacy, like my great grandkids at this point would be able to see YouTube videos, you know, compared to we don't have that from back in the day, to where it's weird because it makes time feel like it takes longer or feel like it wasn't that long ago, because we've pretty much hit a cap on how good quality can get on things. Like our eyes cannot see better than like 4K.
Yeah.
So to really think about that, we've hit the cap of, you know,
capturing the moment.
Yeah. That's crazy. Every piece that we create will outlive us. And that is so beautiful to think about. And that's where I don't see myself ever leaving that specific niche, but also not being 110% in on only that niche. I love the idea of creative stories. Let me be home to create for 6 months and then disappear for 3 and then be back for 3 to spend the holidays with friends and families.
I have another goal.
You go.
Next 5 years, my book is done. Not published.
Okay.
It will, again, I don't know that I'll ever publish it, but it's done.
That's fair. Well, hey, within 5 years, your book will be published.
No, done, not published.
Okay, your book will be done, and within the next 5 years, I will have a short film and 2 seasons done.
Okay. I love the big goals.
That's the goal. By the time I am 30, I will have a short film and 2 seasons.
2 is a lot. I mean, 5 years is a long time.
My idea is to shoot short film in season 1 pretty close to back to back.
Well, yeah, I think that's good though. So, keep traction, momentum.
Yeah, 100%.
Love
also
momentum.
age, you know, like we gotta get moving, brother. Again, not so rapid fire.
Was that question 1 of rapid?
Yeah, somehow. Okay, have you ever outgrown a goal you once really wanted?
Get my degree.
Oh, yeah. This one's gonna be a little more rapid fire.
That's it.
To be a professional wrestler.
I also think we're thinking like big lofty goals, like be an astronaut, like.
Yeah, but I feel like that's when we're kids.
No. The reason that I was going back to school for my degree was to get involved in NASA.
Okay.
That's why my GPA, I was working so hard to keep it high so that I could get involved in NASA.
Okay.
I'm still to this day obsessed with space. If you told me I could go be an astronaut tomorrow, I would be gone.
See, when I was younger, I thought being an astronaut sounded so cool. And then I saw the training that they go through, that they just put you in a chair and it fucking spins and everything. My motion sickness. We're cooked. We're cooked.
Yeah.
Get me off this shit. No, thank you.
I forgot about that.
I guess even with mine, there is still part of me that would love to go do some wrestling stuff, but I don't know if we've ever talked about this. I actually went to a school and did a class.
No, yeah, you told me about this.
I've never felt like I got hit by a truck more in my life. The next morning, everything hurt. Training my body to just go like boom, flat back. Oh God, that was painful.
And that's ultimately why you're like, I don't want to put my body through that. Like, what was the reason that you're like, no? Because I think
I see why most wrestlers can't walk when they're 50 or 60.
Yeah, that is a hard sacrifice, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do think there is something cool about being able to like pop in for a couple years into it, even if it's like locally, like independent stuff. So that'll always be on the table, but that's a like storytelling aspect, but that's not like the
I think that'd be a fun video.
Oh,
like, let me get prepped for my first wrestling match, and you go and do one, and then after that, maybe you just give it up if you're not sold.
Oh no, are you kidding? That when we were in Mexico and we walked past that, like they were setting up for like a luchador show, all my mind pictured was, let me do one of those pop up, like let me be there.
I don't know that you should do it in Mexico.
No, that would be fire. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, it probably would be fire.
I think there is.
How close you are to a hospital? Who knows?
There's a lot of things I would love to do for a video, and I'll never completely rule wrestling off the table, but it is never to an extreme of I would want to work for a major promotion, I would say.
You don't want to make your whole career out of it.
No. I never want that to be known what I'm known for, so I'll never full dedicate. But as a little side thing, especially if I'm not working for anybody other than myself, bet your ass I'm getting in a ring.
I think that'd be fun. I'm just glad you're not trying to break your body.
No. So. Oh, God. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
What's a goal that feels a little scary to say out loud?
I don't know.
Do you even think you have one, or do you think you're pretty comfortable saying them all out loud?
I think my job and my team has trained me out of being scared to say them out loud. I think one that I have that's pretty lofty and I don't say often is I'd like to create enough passive income that I'm not working. My businesses are running themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, obviously I'll always be involved. I'm a micromanager, but like I don't have to be involved day to day, and I pretty much get to just hang out.
No, I think with this show in particular, I don't think I have one, because I think I'm a little more comfortable, talking about it, because we've created this space to where normally for most people, if I'm having most conversations that, short film in 2 seasons, I would say that is the one that I'm most fearful to put out.
Yeah, I haven't really heard you say that out loud besides like...
I had told you that I plan on,
like we've talked about it on a hike, but like you mentioned that probably like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
I know, and
it was like,
tried to keep it really close, but that's been like, I was like 15 or 16 when I like created.
I know,
story.
and you've mentioned it though, like you've mentioned it, but like I felt like once you like started opening up about it, it just like. You're like, I can't wait to tell you all of this. And it just like kept going, and it was fun to see you like excited.
No, I love it. But the issue is that I manifested being like, I see it, but I need to like create it. So yeah, I would not say that right now there is a goal too scary to say. I think it's more so scary to put it out there and feel like you're validating it or feeling the dopamine of it happening. I think that's the only thing that I have to be wary about. With Project 104, I did that. I put it out there and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I didn't. So
I think you can't be so secure and it's going to happen. Like, I think like I like to manifest and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I also only know it's going to happen if I do all the little goals in between. And I think that's why I need the little goals. I am a procrastinator at heart, so.
Hey, I do have I can't really talk about it because it's a video that's in the works and will be in the works, but I do have a crazy goal coming up. So.
Okay, once the camera's off, I'm going to be digging.
No. You will have a ticket to this thing too. So I am a little nervous that physically I won't be ready, but I'm kind of locked in and paid for now. So
paid for?
Yeah. So we can talk about it after. I literally bought her ticket. So
do I know about this?
Yes, we talked about it. I had to email her the ticket. We'll get there. Okay.
Yeah, no clue. Poof, gone.
Do you think people limit themselves without realizing it?
Absolutely. I think people are scared to dream big. And I think the reality is if you don't dream big, you're never going to get there.
Yeah. I think too many people are like you with the dream big thing. I think they're just think everything's too much about luck and rule themselves out of it rather than thinking that it's a mixture of both. It's luck and it's hard work.
I think we see a lot of successful people out there that did get there through a lot of luck.
Yeah.
However, I think there's equally successful people out there that have gotten there through hard work, but I think people tend to focus on like the people that got there from luck and like, I can't get there because I'm not lucky in those ways. And they think they'll happen upon success. And I'd rather work really hard, almost in my head, guarantee my success because I'm working so hard. And then if I happen upon luck, maybe I'll be even more successful, I'd rather like great. I'd love to happen upon some luck and success, but I'm not going to bank on it.
I firmly believe nobody should put any limit to what they want to achieve.
No limit.
You have one life. There's no reason to limit your potential or what you think you can go out there and get. I think you should literally shoot as high as you can.
Absolutely.
You know, what's that? They used to have this quote in school. It was like on, you know, like my elementary school and like middle school's like wall. And it was like, shoot for the moon and worst case you land amongst the stars.
Oh, that's a cute
No,
one.
it's fire. It's actually fire. Like they cooked.
Because I do always think about if I set my goal super high, even if I don't hit it,
You'll hit somewhere higher than where you are.
Exactly. If I set my goal super low, okay, once I hit that goal, I'm going to be like, great, hit the goal. If I set it super high, I'm going to make it past my low goal probably, like, right? I mean, more likely
I think it's a really good idea. I hated that they were using it for grades. It was like, maximum effort, shoot for an A, worst case you get a C. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I guess that's not really the same thing.
No, but yeah, I don't think people should limit themselves. I do think...
I think too many people do it.
Yeah.
And I think it is just comes back down to the fear, just like we were talking about.
And I think it is really easy to do it without realizing you're doing it by having that self-talk of like, I couldn't do that, or
Absolutely.
I don't think I could. Why not be like, okay, let me try, you know?
Oh, heck. I mean, I did it a lot.
Yeah.
So much. Like, that was my MO.
Yep.
I think only recently it's changed.
And it is also like, this is also bringing up a future video, but the video should not be too far in the future now. When we filmed, we did a more studio-esque project that we filmed at the house for a video that will be coming out soon.
Yes.
Everything about that in my mind seemed unattainable, and I was like, nah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Like, I almost wanted to give up. And
yeah, Maddie, there was definitely some canceling talk happening day of.
And Maddie was like, no, we're not canceling, we're doing it. And as we started to do it, it's like, oh, this is not turning out as bad as I thought. I was inherently limiting myself without even realizing that I fully was. And instead learned so much from doing that project for future times of like, wow, this was such a good learning experience that like, it may not be perfect, but it was really fun, learned a lot from it, and it's actually pretty damn entertaining. Yeah,
so, I haven't watched any of it back, so I'm curious to see what it actually looks like, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, no, it wasn't perfect. You learned a ton.
100%.
So much.
And that's where, you know, I think that's a prime example of limiting myself without realizing.
Got you excited for kind of branch off videos.
100%. Other more studio-esque projects. Can't wait to do. I can't wait to make my house an absolute mess by turning that into a random production every other day of the week.
Yeah. I also think we had the right people there for it. Yeah. For that specific one.
It works great. And I think the potential is even higher, and now I'm not scared to do projects like that.
Yep.
This is a big one, and I wouldn't really put this into non-rapid fire, right? If someone listening and they feel stuck, what's one thing they should do this week?
We're gonna have such different answers. Set really minimal goals. Give yourself some wins. I got up, I took a shower, I brushed my teeth. Like, give yourself like basic goals so you feel some wins, and that'll, and write a checklist. Have a physical thing you can cross stuff off of. You do not know joy until you've crossed something off a list, in my opinion. But also I think like truly there's this book, and it's called The Slight Edge. I've told you to read it. You haven't read it.
I'm not a reader.
You can listen to it though, but
yes.
That's why I didn't buy you any of the physical books. I knew you weren't going to read them. But when I joined my current team, they told me to read this book. It's called The Slight Edge, and it's all about like discipline. Is the edge in life. Like, it is your edge of like doing. If you do a little bit better each day, then like you'll be, if you do 1% better every single day, then you're 100% better in 100 days.
I think for even...
Like, think small. Get it done.
I think even for, like, that quite... Like, I've definitely woke up sometimes and, like, felt stuck to where, like... Personally, I'm like, let me just sleep more. You know, like, I don't want to get up. Like, I can't... Doesn't seem achievable. Doesn't seem obtainable. Like, what am I really going to do today that's going to be, like, so productive? And... It's so easy to get stuck in that mindset, and I've been there a lot. And I think as much as like checking little things off, I think even just doing, like sometimes forcing yourself to just do and just move in a direction helps kind of like get things rolling and makes it feel like you're not stuck. If you're moving, you can't be stuck. And I feel like when we get stuck, it's so easy to want to, you know, shut your mind off, not think, not process about stuff. But it's trying to just not, you cannot think and you cannot stress about stuff, but still move in a direction.
Absolutely.
And I think me especially, I overthink. I sit there, I'm like, let me rethink this a million different times. Oh, wait, I didn't think about it from this angle. So 1,000,001 different times now. Rather than just being like, hey, if I just keep like moving, you never have time to like sit and think or sit and, you know, let it make you feel stuck or make you overthink or overprocess or overanalyze rather than just keep going forward, you know?
Yeah.
To a healthy extent, obviously. If you feel really stuck, talk to someone, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but
for
like,
sure.
I do think there is a level of, even if like a goal seems too hard to set, you know, just being of the like mind of, I just need to move.
Yeah.
Has gotten me out of every time feeling stuck because, you know, you're not going to be stuck forever. And you know that like the best way out of that is moving. So go to the gym.
Touch grass.
Wake up, go to the gym. It's also really hard to be upset outside, especially when it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like this is beautiful. Really hard to feel stuck in beautiful situations.
It's gotten a little cold now that it's dark.
No, it actually has. It's gotten a little chilly, which is going to bring us to...
Wait, hold up.
Yes, you go.
I think also on the being stuck, I push really hard and then I get really burnt out. And I think if you're burnt out, like you're truly feeling stuck because you're burnt out, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to give yourself a couple days to like recoup. You just can't dwell in it.
Yeah.
And then I also think it's really important because I get stuck in the perfectionist of I want to live my life perfectly. I want to work out perfectly. I want to eat perfectly. I want to utilize my time perfectly. And it's okay to just be a little better and not be perfect.
Yeah.
Like that's really huge for me personally when I'm feeling stuck. It's okay to not be perfect. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, the day's a waste because I didn't get up and go to the gym. And I catch myself in that mindset and be like, no, it's okay. I can still live the rest of my day pretty well. Like I don't need to be stuck in the bad headspace that I started the day in.
And I think also, we definitely have two mentalities of thinking of this. I think for you, yeah, the whole take a break, you know, I have found that when like I do that and I take a break, it's really easy to get stuck in the break and then I'm like stuck there too. To where
it's a hard balance.
Yeah. I don't think don't try and like push yourself past it. But feel free to slow down. Feel free to break things apart a little, you know, a little more. Take a little victory over, let's say you're pushing, like in your mindset, you know, before getting burnt out. Don't let yourself get burnt out to where you feel like you have to stop, because then I feel like it leads to a feeling stuck. Oh, I stopped. Why did I stop? And then you're battling your headspace in that rather than I'm still going to go in that direction. I'm just going to not push as hard now. I'm going to let it, you know, flow a little more rather than force it to flow. And because I feel like stopping sometimes can almost be as detrimental, you know, like a full stop.
Yeah.
Compared to a more, you know, let's just comma and kind of thing, rather than a full, like, I'm burnt out. period. Let me continue, let me try and continue after.
Yeah,
It's harder to pick back up the momentum.
I will say I'm not good at comma and. I pretty much push myself until it's period crash.
I know.
Like lately, like full transparency, lately I've been feeling the burnout. Like lately I'm less motivated and I'm just trying to push through it. And I think I'm truly going to have to just give myself a day to be a couch potato, because I don't know the last time I've had a day like that.
And I think you should have a day like that, but also from knowing you well enough, I know you well enough to know you can't stop for too long. And if you do,
I think that day is just going to make me anxious. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to know how to chill anymore. I think I'm just going to be anxious.
That might be that we just got to go, get Benny, we just go do something.
Yeah, I think I'm better at chilling when it's like with people versus like I'm by myself and I'm like, oh, I'm wasting so much time.
I could be doing a million different things.
I could be doing so many things. I could be feeling not stressed because I'm getting things done and I'm just sitting here stressed. Yeah.
Rather than you're like, oh, I don't have time to think about anything.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll have to incorporate that.
Well, let me know. Always down for a good little getaway.
Hello, is this thing on?
I think it's on.
Well, that's the first time that...
that means we did a whole lot of yapping.
That means we did a lot of talking. That's the first time that the cameras died and that we haven't been like, oh, end of episode. Perfect timing.
We've only recorded one episode, so that's not saying a lot.
That is true.
Okay.
But finally, let's close it out on a positive, on a happy note. I feel like we've come to learn a lot about how we view goals, how we view manifestation, and how we view overall belief in yourself. And I think overall we are firm believers in believing in yourself and seeing yourself live the ideal life and achieve the things you want to achieve. And I think, at least for me, I've come to the understanding that I think all three have to work a little hand in hand. To where I now view manifestation not as just some my chakras are aligned, but I now view it as it is just taking belief in yourself and solidifying and validating the belief in yourself every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's a better way to look at it than, and I now understand it and am excited to practice it too.
I'm curious to hear what you say. And yeah, I think I've learned that we're actually like really similar in our mindsets. It's just our daily practices that are different.
Might just be the words used to describe something.
Absolutely. I think that's a huge bit of it, because I do think when you talk about believing in yourself, like that's pretty close to manifestation without the active practice, which I think is where most people sit with manifestation. 100%. Actually.
And I'm excited to try. And, I think the idea of a little 30-day challenge of, manifesting, I'm game, so might have an update here.
I might have to make him record little clips for a short form reel, because this would be so funny.
And who knows, maybe now we have a vision board day lined up, and whole bunch of different things.
It's been a good little brainstorm too.
Oh, it has, and creatively very satisfying, but like all good things, they got to come to an end.
Yep.
So
close it out.
We got one last question. What's one thing you're currently working towards that feels like your ticket out? You go first. I love it when you go first. There's no pressure on my end.
Yeah, it makes it really hard because I don't even know the questions that well. Okay, what's one thing that I'm working on? That
feels like your ticket out. And remember, your ticket out of the 9 to 5.
Yeah, I
can answer her question.
I think no, what, this?
No.
I think actually something that I haven't even really shared with you, and I'm going to need your feedback. We're going to talk about it on the drive back, but okay. I'm looking to invest a little bit into a form of marketing within my business, and I haven't really put any money towards that. I've said I was doing it all myself, and I'm looking at an editor or even possibly a company to manage a lot of my social media marketing. And yeah, that feels like that's something that I'm doing right now. I'm interviewing companies.
Okay. No, that's valid. That is absolutely.
It's a big step for me.
That is a huge step, financially, professionally.
Yeah.
Like the
scary.
whole shebang. So
I want to hoard money. Let me just hoard it. I don't want to spend it.
so no, valid.
Okay. What about you? What's one thing you're working on?
Ooh,
that's getting you closer to
consistency in content. I have a lot of really fun things planned and coming. I have a couple of videos that I've been working on too that are on the way and on the pipeline. And overall, it's about to be summer, and creatively, I'm always more inspired. Summer, and just even with doing this podcast, been creatively more inspired and more motivated. So I definitely think there are a lot of things in the realm of content creation that I'm really looking forward to, and more so wanting to dive a little more into short form and get a little more experience under my belt with that.
I think short form is huge in the content creation right now. As much as I would prefer it not to be. I would prefer that I could just do this and that's my marketing and done.
My main priority will always be long form, but kind of diving into everything. And I have, as far as ideas, got a couple of projects that I'm really, really stoked to be doing coming up, and things that I'm just overall excited for, and just having my camera around. We really talked about, as much as we love to travel, taking this summer to learn every in and out of both of our cameras, both of our styles that we want to go for. So that way, when we do travel, it's like, oh, I go into it with this image and I'm going to execute that image.
Yeah.
And
I almost just want a formula. Not, I don't want everything to be a replica, but I want, style nailed in. I want my camera to feel like an extension of me.
Yep.
So now vlogging is never going to be my huge thing. Okay, let's take that out. I don't have a YouTube channel.
No.
Not the same thing, but.
That's why getting a lot more comfortable with my camera, my equipment, and the product that I want to put out, and also the overall talking on camera aspect.
This is going to be huge for it though.
Yeah, it's crazy how different this feels versus this. So this is definitely going to help a lot. But every time after filming one of these, I'm on for the rest of the day. So
yeah, it is kind of like a little high afterwards.
Oh, 100%. So yeah, I think creatively, I have a lot of good things coming up that I'm excited for, and I'd say within the next month. I don't want to talk too much about them because I don't want to put out that validation. But this summer, I want to go crazy, go stupid, you know?
Yeah, I also think having these, I would say it's less so the podcast and more so the conversations that we have. I always get hyped up after our conversations. There's always a bit of excitement, and it always has been.
And having the structure on the deeper topics, you know,
it's fun.
is good. And we're gonna dive in now that we got the formula set up. We're gonna dive into more topics today: goals, manifestation, the idea of belief in yourself. But there's a lot of future topics that I feel like every day we're popping up of, what if we talked about this, what if we talked about that.
Yeah, we need to start writing them down though. It's 2 tickets out, episode 2.
It is
done.
Make a goal today,
make a goal
and manifest it, and believe in yourself every day. 2 tickets out.